Hello everybody and welcome to episode number 2 of Crypto Ride, YouTube channel that helps you navigate and hold on through these extreme fluctuations in cryptocurrency. And this weekend in general is a case in point example of exactly why we do what we do. I know my portfolio was down as much as 10%, 11% yesterday alone. So this is, why this channel exists, is to speak to these fluctuations, help you guys stay cool. Don't focus on the FUD, don't focus on the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Focus on the news, focus on the projects, the technology, and the projects that you're in. You got to tune out some of the noise. You got to have strong hands in this market. During today's episode, we're going to talk about two things. Number one, we're going to talk about entry point psychology and what goes through the mind and how difficult it can be to just do that simple thing and adhere to that age-old rule of buy low and sell high. I'm going to do that with some charts. I've got a presentation I made through a keynote that I want to show you guys. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing we're going to do today is we're going to talk about Ethereum. Not Ethereum Classic, which is, most of you know if you're keeping up on the news, is going to be added to Coinbase in the coming months. We're going to talk about Ethereum itself. More specifically, we're going to talk about why Ethereum is a great buy right now. We're going to do that through looking at technical analysis, and I'm going to give you one piece of news that I'm really excited about, which actually happened a little while ago. It happened back in May, but I don't feel like this news story was thoroughly covered. So that's what we've got for you, and let's take it to this chart. Let's get into this presentation. Thanks for watching, guys. So entry point psychology, that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Now, when I talk about entry point, I'm talking about the point at which you enter the market. And one of the most basic pieces of advice I could give any trader or investor is to be really careful with when you're buying. I know a lot of times people find out about a specific stock or cryptocurrency and they get excited about it and they want to get their hands on it quick. And I know I fell victim to that in early January when I made my first purchase of Bitcoin. If you watch my first video, I paid $13,900 for Bitcoin. I just purchased some more Bitcoin yesterday for $6,200. So that's a huge difference. So if someone would have told me this, if I had subscribed to my channel and watched this video, I would have known that it wasn't the right time to come in all the way back in December, but hindsight is 2020. I want to show you the charts for Ethereum, but basically, if we just talk about what we're looking at the screen right now, this sell zone, well, we were basically probably about here at the time I just mentioned. We're talking about January 1st when I first got in. That's for the cryptocurrency market, the entire market cap, which, I saw it touch, I believe it was 8 billion or so at one point, and it seemed like it was just on its way to $1 trillion, and now we're sitting at roughly $260 billion, and that just seems, $1 trillion seems like a bit of a long shot. We have a way to go, but again, this is crypto, and really anything can happen at any time. Now, I want to talk about this buy zone. This is when you buy right here. X marks the spot. Today we're going to talk about Ethereum, but it really applies to everything. And the two most important things to make sure you maximize your gains are your entry point and then your exit point. So your entry would be here, and your exit, theoretically, you're buying low, and then you're selling high. That's really what it comes down to. Now, what I want to do is I want to look at this Ethereum chart with you. So what we're looking at here, this is just a screenshot I captured from coinmarketcap.com, and I really want to start at December, and we go pretty much up to present day, or really in May here. I think that actually was supposed to go to current day, but you get the idea as far as where we are now being down over there. Okay, so again, if it's not a perfectly straight line, but if you were to just talk about the overall shape of this, you're pretty much seeing, I didn't just do a good job of that, hold on. You're pretty much seeing some lows here. And now we're over here where this circle is. You have this other low over here, which it would have been nice to buy around there. I personally did. I don't claim to be the best trader in the world, but I remember it was Easter Day. I was talking to my wife about this the other day. It was Easter Day, and I made this purchase, and I got the Ethereum for like, I don't even know, $350. And at that price point, I bought 2 full Ethereums. And I don't like to talk about, dollars and cents, but at that price point, I was able to go in hard. With some of these cryptocurrencies, when they get really expensive, you're not necessarily buying all at once. When I buy Bitcoin, I'm not buying a full Bitcoin. I'm just buying 1/10 of a Bitcoin, or depending on what the price is. All right. So anyway, this is where we are now. It doesn't say it here, but the price point really at the moment is, let's say, every time I check it today, it's somewhere in between 470, 475. I'd say this is a good buy, and this is my recommendation. Again, I am not a professional financial advisor. This is by no means advice. But based on what I could see, I've gotten some buy alerts for some really reputable sources, which I won't reveal, but I do pay for some subscriptions for some professional traders, and I take advice from them. They're giving buy alerts up to $550, but if you look at the support we have, even if this is a $600 line, you can see the support. I'll go back to the red. You can see a little bit of support here around 800. This I wouldn't worry about. Let's not assume we're going to go that high again. Of course, anything's possible in crypto, but I think getting back to that $600 line will not be too hard. So I would say my suggestion, if you're thinking about getting into Ethereum, I would buy up to about 600 personally. In this market right now, in this climate, I wouldn't even pay 600. I'd be looking to get in at, let's say, 550 or under that to make sure you're maximizing profits. Amazon Web Services. Now, this is the piece of news that came out that I'm extremely bullish on, and I just wanted to cover. Now, Amazon Web Services. So if you're reading this website here, Amazon Web Services is a secure cloud services platform offering compute power, database storage, content delivery, and other functionality, now including blockchain, to help businesses scale and grow. Explore how millions of customers, blah, 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 are using the projects. Now, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. As far as cloud computing goes, Amazon Web Services is the leader. They had 34% of the market share of this type of technology, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I was looking at Microsoft and a couple of other competitors. I don't remember the exact figures, but they were like, the closest competitor was only like 11%. So they have a commanding lead over this, and this is the Amazon, like Amazon Prime, the Amazon tech juggernaut company. Why are we talking about Amazon during the Ethereum video? Well, I'll tell you. I got an email over here. I'm going to read a little bit about it. So here we go. Amazon Web Services recently unveiled a plan to provide a blockchain as a service to its customers. It's the first of its kind for the world-leading cloud service provider. Name of the platform is Kaleido. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It's Kaleido. And it was created by blockchain incubator Consensus. Okay? Why does this matter for Ethereum? What's significant about Kaleido is that it's Ethereum based. So that's really the key. So this is another project. And if you don't know much about Ethereum, Ethereum is essentially, it's a platform. It's kind of like an operating system for a computer, but for the blockchain. And many projects have been built on it. When I say many, like thousands. And one of them is Kalido. So this project, getting this deal with Amazon, is going to have price implications and positive price action if it takes off and does as well as we hope it will with Amazon. This is another reason that I would suggest Ethereum right now. And one last thing I wanted to share with you guys. Got this microphone I'm going to be using in my next video. Haven't broken out of the box, and I was going to do an unopening, but this isn't a tech channel. I didn't feel the need to do it, but it is called Video Mic Me, and it's made by Rode, which is a really reputable microphone company, which I use. I don't know if I've mentioned I'm a musician. I use that in a lot of my musical recordings too. I'm pointing over here because I have a studio over here for my music and whatnot, but yeah, so, you know, I know that the audio quality is not incredible right now, but again, this is only video number 2. I'm going to get better for you guys. And I just want to thank you guys for watching, ask you to like this video, ask you to subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot of great stuff coming in the coming weeks and months for you. And, you know, stay strong. Don't worry about the volatility. Focus on the facts. Okay, and that'll do it. Again, my name's Anthony. This is Crypto Ride, and I'll see you from the next video soon.